Alright guys, BLM here, we're back with more Assassin's Creed Odyssey. We're going to continue on with the main quest here. We're going to do Ostracized. And, this is a level 15 quest. We're level 13, so we should be good. I don't know, we're probably not going to level up to 14, because I believe we just got to level 13, if I remember right. I don't know. But, either way, we need to be level 14 before we do the next main quest after this, so we might have to do some side stuff afterwards, but we will see. Again, that thing's still there. Like, there's just a random fucking thing there. Like, I don't know. That, like the level 12 symbol over there. I don't know. It seems to happen a lot with ships. Like, if there's a ship that's following you, and then you dock, like right after escaping from it. Like, for some reason, the symbol gets stuck there. So it's like, it's really strange that that's the case, but whatever. So yeah, we're making pretty good progress here. It is nighttime, by the way. So it's been a good, like, I don't know, 7 hours since I last recorded. That's probably not right. 6 hours? I don't know, stuff like that. I don't know why the fuck I got on here. Yeah, this was a waste. I don't know. That just wasted some time. And now I'm stuck. Thank God. Okay. Okay. Which one is this? Oh, this is where we meet, this is where we meet Socrates, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Okay. Okay. So, yeah, I just finished watching Red Dead Redemption, like the Let's Play of Red Dead Redemption. Because I wanted to watch it before I even thought about picking up Red Dead Redemption 2.
He said there was an ostracism vote.
So I just don't see myself playing Red Dead Redemption 1 anytime soon, so I just said I'll watch a Let's Play. And I did that. And it was pretty good. Looking at the gameplay, I feel like it's a game that I would get annoyed with. I feel like that would harm my opinion of the game.
You want me to rig the ostracism?
Like, I think, like, if I had actually played the game, I think my opinion of it would be lower than what it is. Then again, I mean, like, from a narrative standpoint, obviously the ending is great. The last couple hours are really fucking great. However, I'm not an enormous fan of the first half of the game, really. I feel like the first half of the game is pretty slow. And I really wasn't getting into it, but I kind of, like, forced myself to watch it just because, again, I want to play Red Dead Redemption 2, and I want to... when I eventually do play it, I want to know like all these other characters from Red Dead Redemption 1, like what they did and all that sort of stuff. So it's like, yeah, I've kind of forced myself to watch, and it definitely got better over time. Like, again, I feel like it starts off fine. Like, it starts off fine, not great, but fine. Okay, are we just supposed to go there? Okay, fine. Okay, switch the, okay. Well, that's some shit. Fuck that up. Okay, fine. Shit. No. No. Okay. Oh, fuck off. It's on the bottom floor.
I see him.
Okay, this is such a bad idea. Oh my god. Do you have to be undetected? Please don't tell me. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, I like, it started off fine, and I think there's a very slope here. Like, a lot of the stuff that happens in Mexico, I didn't fucking care about. Like, I don't know, there's just a big portion in the middle where I didn't give a shit about anything that was going on. But then when you start, like, going after Dutch, I feel like that's the point where, the game really starts to pick up for me. I think, even though I still think there were some slow moments within that, but I think, like, yeah, by the time you get to the end of the game, it's fantastic. I think the ending is fantastic. I think the story arc for John Marston is really fucking great, and really makes me excited to see what happens in Red Dead Redemption 2. Even though I do have a good sense of what happens, to be honest. I don't know exactly what happens, but I have a good sense of what's going to end up happening with Red Dead Redemption 1. But, we'll see. Again, I do plan on playing it at some point. And when I do, I'll probably play it on the channel. I don't see why I wouldn't. Unless, obviously, I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, Red Dead Redemption 1, again, I feel like if I was actually playing it, I would like it less. But from just a story perspective, I think it's pretty good.
It's
Yeah,
done.
I know a lot of people call it one of the best video
You
game
work
narratives
quickly.
of all time,
What
and
are you
I
going to
think
do with them?
it's
Dump them in a
good.
well.
I don't know if it's
It looks like the official has
there.
arrived.
Like, this is actually something that I've been thinking about. Like, what is the best video game narrative of all time? And I think I used to say it's The Last of Us. And I think I probably still say it's The Last of Us. Where's Red Dead Redemption in that? I don't know. To be honest, I don't even know if it's in the top 10, but it's good though. It is good. Yeah, I think that the ending is fantastic. With John Marston's death and the epilogue with Jack. Yeah, the one thing about the epilogue with Jack though, I don't know. I really like the story of John Marston, where like his entire, like it seems like the entire game he's essentially doing all this shit to preserve a future for his family and also to and he keeps on talking about how he wants to have Jack not go the route that he took. And then by the end of the game, after his death and after his mother's death, Jack pretty much takes the route that his father took, where he goes and kills Edgar Ross. And it's like, I feel like it's a very, it's kind of like a tragic story. Obviously it's a tragic story for John Marston,
My name
but
is Cassandra.
I think like even like continuing from that, it's like even still a tragic story where everything John Marston's fought for doesn't come to fruition.
I can't be paid in knowledge.
Then you are driven by the
And also something I like find really interesting about the story too. That I really, again, I think there's some really great themes within Red Dead Redemption. And I think, like, again, the back half of the game is pretty good in terms of narrative, but I just found it really slow at the beginning. But, again, something I really like is this theme of, like, John Marston essentially doing what he's told, throughout, like, essentially, like, you could see, like, throughout this entire game is, like, every single time he interacts with, these people he's about to kill, it's like, he keeps on telling them, I'm doing this because I have to. Okay, wait,
I did what I was asked to do.
and like they get angry at him for that, and then because he does what he's told over and over and over again, he eventually becomes the target of the people who he benefited from doing so.
For simply sealing his fate.
I'm not
Which
responsible
again, I think is
for his
obviously like a
actions.
major
I have
character
one
flaw in
thing
John
to think
Marston.
about.
This
My
idea
own.
of him,
Then I hope you also think about today. About
because he didn't
Horus,
really
about choice.
have a
There you are.
Here I
I don't know
act.
how to phrase
You're
this.
late. They're all waiting for you.
Essentially,
I
like
wish
because
to
he
see
blindly
Alexa
followed,
Horus's fate, and so I have. Tell them
he
I'm
ended
on my way.
up essentially dying because of that. I don't know. Again, obviously I could phrase this much better, but either way, like you get the point. I really like. I really love this
I wouldn't
character
know.
arc for John Marston within this game. Yeah, I'm really excited to see what they do with it in Red Dead Redemption 2. Okay, that was really quick. Ah, so close. Okay. I think we're gonna do the haters gonna hate and like the hator quest line, which should be around here. Eesh, does it not show up? What are these? Oh yeah, we have the Cleon quest line, don't we? Okay, we can do that stuff. Let's do that. Yeah, because from everything I hear about Red Dead Redemption 2, it pretty much sounds like a perfect prequel from a narrative perspective, and where it tells the story of what's his name, Arthur Morgan? Is that the name of the character? Arthur something. But either way, like where again, obviously he's a high-ranking member within the gang that John Marston was in, and through his story, you can essentially get to see the evolution of John Marston, and also from what I gauge based on other people's opinions of the game and what like I have a good sense of that, like essentially you're gonna be spending a lot of time with John Marston, and it's really gonna wrap up John Marston's story, is what I would is the sense that I get from the way people talk about this game's narrative, from Red Dead Redemption 2's narrative. Fuck. Oh, fuck off. Oh, what the fuck? Okay. That. Okay, I think we got it all. And again, I have a good idea of what happens in Red Dead Redemption 2. Again, I don't know exactly, but I have a good idea. But I would very much like to see it happen, obviously. What? Wait, there's something else? Okay, fine, whatever. Okay. So this polymark doesn't count, right? Towards the polymark quest? Fuck, are they all level 16? Okay. This could end up very bad, especially because I got stuck. So there's that. Yeah, finished up Red Dead Redemption. Let's just grab this. We're here. Ooh. Oh no, I forgot we didn't have the skill yet. Is that the polymark? Or is that just a polymark? Like, is that not included in the... Why does he already have health taken out? Oh, whatever. I believe the polymark is the one that we're supposed to kill is over here. And I would go for that polymark just to get the seal and stuff, but it's not worth it right now. Where we're so underleveled. Okay, so this is the... No, are you serious? No, we almost had it. Okay, this could end up very badly. Actually, we're not doing too bad. Oh, it could go better, obviously. Okay, we're good. Okay, we should leave. Turn to Cleon. Okay. So there's that. Also got some writing done for the first time in a very long time. Where, yeah, I've talked about this on and off, but I've been writing a story on and off for a very long time now. I mean, it was in the like, I don't know, whatever. Like, essentially what happened is, there's as a kid I used to write a lot of fan fiction, essentially, and like couple years ago, I decided, you know what, I might as well turn all this fan fiction into like its own separate story, like use elements from its fan fiction to make my own story out of this. So I started like the planning process for a story, and that took a really long time because I want to plan, like, if I'm going to make this really long epic story, like, I want to plan everything out. I don't want to make shit up as I go. So that was a really long process, and eventually I started writing it, like I don't know, like what, I think I started writing it early 2017, right? I think. And I wrote a good chunk of it. I mean, a good chunk of it, not really, I mean, at the grand scheme of things, not even that much into the story, but a good chunk of it. I mean, and like I'm in like, but so I wrote it on and off for about 11 months or so, and I stopped because I kind of realized that's like, yeah, I need to plan more shit. Like, I mean, even though I did a lot of planning beforehand, it's like I did a lot of planning, but it's like there's still like I realized while writing that there was still a lot of points where I was just making up shit as I went, and uh, and to be honest, I just didn't like the way it was turning out, so I decided, okay, I'll go back to the planning stages, and I've done some stuff since then, but it's really been I've been like relatively like I don't know if busy is the right term, but I've been just thinking about other things a lot more since then, so I haven't really worked on it too much. But I finally worked on some of it today for the first time in a very long time, and that was interesting. Yeah, because like over time, like definitely been a lot of ideas I've gone through my head of like what I should do here and there. So I definitely, so yeah, I started the planning process again. Who knows if I'll ever release this, if I'll ever finish this
I
thing and
think
ever
this
release
might
it, but
interest you.
I don't know.
I took
It's
it from
something.
the commander after I killed him.
Oh yeah, we're supposed to skip
You
this,
with
aren't we?
your...
I forgot about that. This is a side quest.
I hope I had...
I need you to find my messenger. Yeah.
Watch. Don't worry.
Okay. We're not gonna bother with that, by the way. That mission takes forever. Are we gonna level up? Oh, so close. No, we're not doing. He stops. Takes forever. We're over here. I think the quest is somewhere. The hater's gonna hate. I'm talking about somewhere around there. I think we're gonna try and do it. Let's call a horse. I love how that marker's still there. Yeah. Yeah, the story I was writing, like, the thing about it is that it's really fucking long. I won't go into too much detail, obviously, because no one cares, but, and also, like, I wouldn't want to, in case they do eventually release it, I don't want, to spoil too much of it. But, it's really fucking long, and I kinda, like, the problem I had with it, the reason why I stopped writing it after, the 11 months was I kinda realized that there was a lot of fluff. And like it was a lot of fluff, and to be honest, I just don't think I was writing it correctly. I think the way I was writing it, I think I wasn't really elaborating on things that I should have, while at the same point also adding in a lot of stuff that didn't need to be there. So again, that's why I kind of said, okay, I need to go back to the thought process, like the planning process. Sorry. Because yeah, it just was not really turning out. I mean, a lot of what I wrote is still going to be used if I ever do release this, but it's like definitely going to cut some stuff out and then expand upon certain other things. Let's just do this viewpoint. Why the fuck not? It's right here. You get XP for it anyway. Okay, it's actually a nice view. You see Athens in the background there. I forgot what I was even talking about. What was I getting into? Like I know the general topic, but I don't remember the specific thing that I was talking about. Where are we? That's probably wasting time right now. Oh well. There it is. A friend in need. Fuck, no. Alright, let's just go. Fuck off. Okay, oh, never mind. I thought it was a wolf. Okay, I forgot what I was even talking about. But essentially, yeah, like, I spent, like, a lot of the more recent more recent, planning that I've been doing is more so to cut things down and also to elaborate on things that should be elaborated on. Like, and I felt like, oh, this is what I was gonna mention, is that, like, I felt like I was really trying to keep this structure, this narrative structure, together. Of like
By the gods,
every
Ito,
section
is
had to
that
be a
you?
certain length
You
and
look-
had to be within a certain criteria
You
and all
look
that sort of stuff.
old,
And it's
my
like
friend.
I felt like that was
When
very
was the last time
limiting
I
to
saw
the
you?
narrative because again, it made certain
Kefalon.
areas more
That
bloated than it
zombie
needed to
from
be.
Marcos. Remember, we ended up back to back, surrounded by angry
And I
pirates.
it really just, I mean, it essentially just made everything more
They
bloated,
were only
really. I
angry
mean, like,
because you double-crossed
so
them.
I kind of
Thank
realized
the
that, yeah,
gods we
why the
got
fuck am I
out
doing this?
alive.
This is just making the story worse. Like, I gotta delete a lot of this shit. So, like,
Always
I
thought
think
you'd
I,
die with a
like,
blade
took
in your
out, like,
hand. Won't
2/3
open up
of
a
what
shop.
was there.
The blade
Not in terms of
always
overall
got
story, but at least in the
easy.
breakdown
I
of the
could
story,
enjoy
if that makes sense.
if
Like, in
you're
terms of,
willing
like,
to assist an
the
old friend.
labeling of the
You mean
arcs
Adi?
and everything.
You
Like, of
love
the,
that
like,
blade.
the list of,
Malaka's
like,
commander came in here demanding I fix his fucking
like
blade.
the,
When I couldn't,
I
she
don't
said
know,
I
whatever.
was
You
obligated
get the
to
point. Like,
provide a
the,
new one. And the one he
they kind
wanted
of combined
was hanging
certain
on my
things,
wall.
kind of narrowed things down, like really just
I'll
streamlined the
get
overall
Arby back
narrative.
for you.
Don't do anything
So that's something.
stupid.
Oh yeah, why the fuck am I listening?
I should be.
Okay. So this is to get his sword. Then the next one's to rescue someone. And again, these are pretty short quests. That's why we're doing them. So really have to streamline the narrative. To be honest, even now, I feel like there's definitely points I could still streamline even more. And to be honest, there's an entire, like, massive story arc that I just want to completely change at this point. Because, to be honest, I just feel like it's kind of dumb. So, there's still a lot of work to do in terms of the planning process, but, still, again, I'm having fun writing it, or doing this stuff. Again, I don't know when the fuck I'll ever get to actually writing it again, and go through the process of, I don't know, like, I don't know, like, essentially, what I'm saying is that I don't even know if I'll ever finish this or ever release this, but, it's fun to write, especially because it's, like, so much of it is essentially a culmination of my my things that I loved in media through my entire life. Most, to be honest, a lot of it with it being stuff that I loved as a child, because it's very inspired by shonen manga. Because obviously that's why I loved when I was a kid. And as I said, like it was originally based off a
This
lot
must
of the
be
fan
forced
fiction I would write when I was a
If
kid.
Ito's
Like
right, I'll find the sword inside.
at least certain ideas here and there. So it's like,
Got it from the smith.
okay, that was just dumb. I don't know why I did that. Holy shit, everyone's high level though. Level 17, okay. Alright, so let's return.
Come back and fight!
Oof. But to be honest, I definitely tried to reduce the amount of shonen manga stuff in there as well. Like, there's definitely not nearly as much as there was in the initial draft of it. And I kind of like there's a lot of stuff like that more recently that I enjoyed more recently that I definitely put in there as well. Stuff like the like ideas from like Game of Thrones and The Witcher and whatever else. Even Horizon Zero Dawn, I think there was some ideas I came up with while playing Horizon Zero Dawn. I don't know, again, it's essentially a culmination of my love of narrative and like my love of like all these different shows I watched as a kid or all these different games that I've played and all the movies I've watched. Like it's just a culmination of all that, and that's why I really do love it. Again, like obviously I wouldn't write this thing if it wasn't something that I know I would like. Like it would be pretty pointless, I feel like. I'm more so like, yeah, I'm writing it for myself. I don't intend on ever releasing this. If I do actually finish this and release it, then cool. But do I intend on it? Not really.
I have a... Ito. So just take...
Okay. So here's another quest. Let's do that. We should level up, right? It's Heator.
Okay.
So this is Heator's gonna
Tell me
hate.
what to-
Ah, fuck, wrong one.
Tell me what
Ah,
to do.
fuck off.
Time to...
Okay. Ooh, 67,000 XP. Holy shit, that was a lot. There we go. This is a pretty short one too. All we have to do is rescue this guy out of the fort. Okay, no. Okay, let's just go. And even if he dies, we still get XP, so we're gonna be fine. Yeah, I mean, obviously, like, the thing that I'm writing has a lot of inspirations from, again, like, a lot of the shows I watched as a kid, like Digimon, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Dragon Ball, One Piece, whatever else, but it also has a lot of influences from things I loved more recently, as I said, like Witcher, Game of Thrones. I'm trying to think of what else. I mean, Star Wars, Star Trek, but it's like, I don't know if those are more recent things. Those are things I've liked for a while now, but whatever. MCU, I think there's some ideas from the MCU that I think are really interesting. That, oh yeah, Power Rangers or something else. There's some ideas.
There he is.
Okay. Yeah, it's essentially just a oh yeah, Assassin's Creed, obviously. But it's just a culmination of everything I've loved as, I don't even know if a kid, but just everything I've loved through my life. That's like, I think that's why I'm having fun writing it. Okay. It doesn't matter if he lives or not. Like, who really fucking cares? Well, it's probably better if he does die. Oh my god, because I don't know if we're gonna survive this. Okay. And to be honest, actually, even when playing Red Dead Redemption, there were some ideas that came across my mind of like things I could do. Okay. Actually, no, that'll get too spoilery. But there's certain ideas that definitely came through my mind when playing Red Dead Redemption, or when watching the Let's Play of Red Dead Redemption, that I thought were pretty good ideas. But I don't know. Okay, come on. Like, whenever I look at, like, I mean, it's gotten to the point where it's like every single time I watch something new, or whenever I see it, any sort of new narrative, like, I'm thinking of like, how can I implement ideas from this into my story if I want to. Like, obviously there's shit like The Office, where it's like when I'm watching that, obviously I'm not thinking of like what ideas can I implement into this story, because it like obviously has no real place in it. Okay, that was close. Can we just kill him? Like, I would rather just kill him. Can we kill him ourselves? Whatever. Okay, we need overpower. We're only one level away, I believe. Either 1 or 2 levels, something like that. Are you fucking serious? He did it again. Ooh. I'm trying to think of what else. Like, I'm definitely missing things. Of like influences and stuff. Oh fuck, you can't steal a shield? Ooh, okay. Yeah, I would say like One Piece is definitely one of the bigger influences. One Piece and Star Trek, I think, are probably the 2 biggest influences. Okay. Oh, and the Odyssey is a big influence as well. I don't know how I forgot about that. Can we fucking kill these guys already? Like, goddamn. And to be honest, even the Bible, I think there's definitely some ideas from the Bible. Not necessarily, obviously, in the, oh, fuck off. Especially, like, obviously I'm not religious at this point, and I look at the Bible more so as a narrative, or as, like, a storytelling sort of, like, essentially, I look at the Bible as a narrative sort of thing instead of a religious thing at this point. I think there's certain ideas, because the thing about the Bible is, okay, he died, cool. I was waiting for that. This is what the Bible is a history book, essentially. It's a history of, I mean, again, a quote-unquote history book. Like, it's like the supposed history of Israel, essentially, is what the Bible is. I mean, first off, the world, and then Israel. But it's like, I feel like, again, that's an idea that I definitely utilized in my story. This idea of,
Your friend didn't make it. I'm sorry.
okay, I don't care. We still get XP, right? How much XP do we get? Okay, whatever. Either way, we're good. Let's fast travel back, and then we'll end the episode. Next episode, we'll go ahead and do the final one, the venomous encounter. Actually, before we fast travel, we might as well do some maintenance here with our shit. See if there's anything better we have. There isn't. How do we not get a better weapon by now? Okay, these are all too high leveled, so that's really annoying. No, I think we'll keep this one. Oh, fuck off. They're also... Okay, whatever. Ability points, we have one here. I'm thinking... what should we use? Like... oh, do we not upgrade this? I thought we did. Okay. Oh, fuck, I'm an idiot. I forgot that we were meant to fast travel. Okay, well, fuck it. Let's do a manual save as well. Why the fuck not? I was going to anyway. Okay, so we're 6 hours, 16 minutes in. And then let's fast travel and then we'll end. In the next episode, we will probably finish off all this Athens stuff. A venomous encounter isn't too long of a quest. And then we'll do, what's his name? Pericles' Symphonium, or whatever it's called. Do that quest. That's the end of sequence 4. Then we'll move on to sequence 5 afterwards. We might do some Socrates and Alcibiades quests, because those are pretty short for the most part, and obviously they give you XP. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I'm trying to think what our other influences there were, because I know I'm definitely missing some. It's like kind of irritating me. I'm trying to think. I don't know. Because the story I'm writing is a space opera. But yeah, okay, whatever. We'll end here. Next episode we will continue. Thank you for watching.